Hi everyone, welcome to your June overview reading. It's just a monthly overview, all signs. So we'll go ahead and get started with this. Really quick, some announcements. I am launching a tarot class. It's like a group where you can learn how to read tarot, and it's all on Facebook. It's free, and I'm actually going to be using readings that people purchase within the group as an opportunity to teach you how to read tarot. So I'll post all the details for that in the comments and, the link for you to get to the group. What else? And then I'm going to be doing a giveaway in June, so make sure you keep your eyes peeled for that so you can win a session with me. Hi, Stephanie. Okay, June, let's get into it. We'll start with Doreen Virtue. And I have a new deck in the mail of hers. She just launched the Abundance Angels, which I'm super stoked about. So, okay. Yes, the timing is right for this new venture. A happy outcome follows your positive expectations. Okay, so really make sure that your intentions this month are just make sure that you're aligning yourself with what you want to accomplish, because it's a really good time to get things started, to launch things, whatever you have in the works. If you're applying for jobs or internships, anything like that, do it now because the timing is really great. Okay, Paulina Cassidy for the month of June. Aura. A healthy aura keeps your energy in balance and harmony. Okay, so make sure that you're keeping your space, your media, all of the places that affect you energetically, make sure that you're keeping those clean and healthy. If you meditate, if you exercise, whatever it is, those are all going to impact your energy levels and your aura. Okay, and the seeds of intention. For today, I take a risk. This one's been coming up a lot. So again, with this timing being right for a new venture, it's a time to take risks. It's a time, do it now, right? If you've been waiting for an answer, just do it. See what happens. Okay, so I'm going to be using Morgan Greer. We're just going to do a Celtic cross. Whoop. Okay, and if I pull a card that you want any clarity on, go ahead and just type in the comments, hey, can you clarify X card or what that means? Okay, so this is you this month, the general energies. Okay, that's the card that wanted to pop up, right? That I flipped over. Okay, so 10 of discs, 10 of pentacles. This is like your legacy. So if you're headed in a career path or you've been saving for something, perhaps you're buying a home, these are big picture decisions and events. A lot of the times they do have to do with finances, but it's not necessarily that. It could be some type of union, it could be marriage, things that are going to continue in your life for a really long time. Because legacy, that's the big card, whatever name you're making for yourself or whatever, right? So you have that coming through, and then the challenges this month. the Tower. So it's like a big transformation, a big change is getting in the way. For some reason, it doesn't seem like this is a big roadblock or anything. It just looks like there is a lot of movement. There's a lot of shifting, or it's going to take a lot of work to launch yourself in the direction that you want to go. Don't let this discourage you. It's a natural part of life, right? That's why we have this card in the first place, because everyone experiences the Tower in one way or another. So just go with the flow. Be accepting of the fact that, you kind of have to have a few rainy days to appreciate a sunny day, and that you're not going to appreciate the Ten of Pentacles unless you go through some hardships to get there, right? Okay, so the recent past, we have the Eight of Rods, Eight of Wands. So this is a lot of effort. It's kind of like that point where you've risen to the top, and then you just launch yourself into, like, completely investing yourself into whatever work, whatever it is that you're trying to do. So, with that, it looks like you're kind of shifting out and evolving out of that space of hard work and into something where you're able to, step into this stability, into these big picture, decisions, and you look much more stable here, even though the Tower is here. Ultimately the general energy is that of stability and consistency. So what you have coming in the near future, Knight of Cups. This is like a support person who's coming through and showing up for you. So it could be a Pisces, Cancer, or Scorpio. But really what this is about is just someone who has your back, someone who's able to nourish you in that way, and someone who's going to come through and say, yeah, this experience that you're having is completely valid. I understand why you're having a hard time. That's what the Knight of Cups does. Okay, whoever this person is. So your goals and aspirations, the Page of Pentacles. So you really want to start this new project, or whatever the Ten of Pentacles is for you, you really want to get that started this month. I don't know if it's some type of application. Are you applying for a loan for a house, or for a grad program, or for a new job, or whatever it is? That's your goal. It's very goal oriented. It's tangible results. It's not this huge emotional thing. You have emotional support around you. Okay, and beneath the surface, the subconscious, we have the Ace of Swords. So this is independent thoughts and ideas coming through, and it's kind of like your idea of stability in the Ten of Pentacles may not be other people's versions, and so just know that it's a very individualistic experience, and that you have your own path. You can get there. You just have to be consistent, and you have to work through the Tower. You have to work through all of that stuff. This is your growth period for the month. The Ace of Cups. Beautiful. This is easy. So when I see the Ace of Cups as a growth period, it's really gentle and easy. This is exactly what you want to see, because it softens this Tower. It lessens the severity and the intensity of the Tower, and it just kind of allows easeful transformation to come through, so that it's not so painful. Right? Because this experience, it can be painful, but we don't have to suffer through it. And so with the Ace of Cups, it looks like you're in the right position this month. And I think that that's why the angel card that we have pop up was, yes, the timing is right. So just trust that that's happening for you. And this is the external influences this month. Hard work. This does not look like another person. This looks like the effort and the environment around you. This is more a representation of you working through things. So the external environment is you kind of pushing through and getting your goals started and everything like that. It looks like you're very willing to work hard. Whereas you might not always be this way. It seems like you have the energy, you have the motivation. You know, we're no longer in the transition of springtime where people get kind of anxious and agitated. We're in full-blown high energy springtime. So coming into summer, so it's a really great opportunity to channel that energy into something positive. Your hopes and fears. What I'm getting for this is it's like you're hoping for this support person. For some of you, this looks like you're really hoping for the wisdom to come through in either a father figure or a partner. The flip side of this, so where the fears come in, is being locked into something that you're not comfortable with. So, like fear of commitment. Because that's what the Emperor is. The Emperor is about committing to things, really sitting in that place of conviction and knowing what you're doing. And that type of confidence can be scary if we're headed in a new direction, especially because you have the Page of Pentacles up there, which is kind of a new start, you know, grasping onto a new beginning, similar to the Fool, except it's oriented towards something that's tangible in nature. So this is either your support person or kind of fearing this within yourself and locking into something that you are afraid won't work out or won't be what your expectations are. And the outcome for June. Okay, 6 of Wands. And this looks like by the end of the month, you're going to be sitting in a place where you are still working really hard. So it doesn't look like a lot of things have changed for you. It's more of you're still in the process of stepping into the 10 of Pentacles and really sitting in that stability. But it still comes with hard work, consistency, charging forward with your plans. And we have a lot of fire, a lot of masculine energy. Even the tones are pretty warm in a lot of the meat of the reading. So just keep that in mind, that you might be taking more of a yang approach to everything this month. I'm going to clarify what you have coming in. So the Knight of Cups, let's see what that's about. Okay, so it looks like you're intentionally calling this in, because with the Magician, this is about, yes, that's the Ace of Swords. Yes, I'll clarify that. Okay, so with the Magician, this is you actually manifesting this person and manifesting this support. So it's about what do you need? Really hone in on what you need, and then you'll be able to get that support coming through. So this position for the Ace of Swords, it's what's sitting in your subconscious. So it looks like you have a lot of bold ideas sitting there that you want to move forward with, but I'll go ahead and clarify and see what else is in your subconscious. Yeah, so it's this project. It's this thing that you really want to get started. So we have double aces sitting here. And it's the Ace of Swords is like your ideas, your individual thinking, your creativity, all of the independent thinking. And so it's like you have all of these ideas that you want to launch. And so with the Page of Pentacles, it's like, yes, I'm moving forward with this idea, with these applications, with my search for a new job. And that with the Ace of Pentacles here, it's clarifying that yes, it's a good time, it's a good venture. You have the very beginning of this journey that you're getting started on. So it's a lot of something is pushing you towards stability. It's interesting because this is the Ten of Pentacles is kind of like the end of the story. Like, okay, you're sitting in this stability and you're really, really comfortable with what you built for yourself. But what's surrounding this is all of the work that you're putting into this. So with the Ace of Swords here, it looks like you have this vision. This is what you want for yourself, and you're working on how to get there. So with the Ace of Pentacles, and I mean, we do have a lot of, of financial resources, stability, all of that stuff is coming through. So it just looks like, does that make sense? Because it's just the, like you're starting something new that's going to push you towards the Ten of Coins. That stability and that legacy that you want for yourself. And then the Emperor. So your hopes and fears sitting right here. I'll pull a clarifier for that. Okay, Five of Wands. And this is kind of what I was talking about, is fear of it not working out. So the big message is, I have a big vision for myself. I have this really big thing that I want to accomplish, and I'm getting started on it. You have the ideas, you have the resources, you have the motivation. It's the perfect recipe. Right? You're in a perfect position to get started on it. The thing is that, life happens, right? So what we want to kind of maintain is, okay, I have this vision, but I'm open to it happening however it happens, and trying not to get too bogged down in the details of how you want it to happen, and instead focusing on, I'm just going to hold my vision and trust the process. With the Emperor, the fear comes in with, okay, I am worried that, the fear is coming from being trapped in something that isn't as good as you thought it was. So that's why it's kind of nerve-wracking, because you're making these big decisions where, if you head into a new career, or you decide to, hi Jackie, get started on something where you have to make a certain level of investment, and it doesn't work out, that can cause some anxiety. And so I pulled the Five of Wands, which is often like conflict and not working out the way you want to. And this is just tapping into more of that fear that goes along with the big decision making. I mean, and it's funny that we have this card here, because it's about taking a risk. For today, I take a risk. Yes. It's time for your new venture. It's the right timing, the right recipe. But it's just about, oh, well, what if it doesn't work out the way I want it to? But it also looks like you're really hoping for a lot of support too, because you're trying to call this person in, whether it be the right employer or the right person to network with and connect with. So it's like you're calling in a certain level of community and a certain level of resources to make your big vision happen. Is there anything else you want me to clarify in this spread? Otherwise, I'm going to move on to the 3-card pick. and we can pull a few cards for those. Okay. So now I'm going to move on to the 3 card picks. So if you have a question in mind, go ahead and think about it now. Okay. If you're just looking, and this is for the whole of June, so if you're looking for just extra insight for the month, whatever it is, go ahead and ask. And then I'm going to pull, I'm going to do, these are like the Tarot of Sexual Magic cards, and then I'm going to do 1 Greek mythology card and 1 clarifier. Okay, oh, you know what else? I'll pick crystals for these too. That's what we'll do. Okay, so card number 1, or spread number 1, we have Temperance. So this is balance, kind of having that level-headed thinking, moving forward in a really even-keeled way, not getting too bogged down with any of the details, and just honoring the process. So this actually looks like there's a balanced level of I'm allowing life to happen and just stepping into my path fully and holding a vision for yourself, but not getting too wrapped up in the perfection piece. Okay, and the Greek mythology. Death. So this is actually a transformation for you. It looks like this isn't always your nature to be so accepting of everything, and it seems like this is a really big step forward for you. So well done. That's always awesome to see. I like seeing the Death card just because it signifies so much rebirth within ourselves. So the clarifier for this, Ace of Cups. Yeah, so this is an emotional transformation. This is something that, you know, you may not have always honored the process and been resistant to change and everything like that. So this is a big emotional transformation. Card number 2, 10 of Wands. So this is, you're juggling a lot right now. There's a lot going on. This card cracks me up. So it's like you have a lot and there's a lack of balance. So it's far from the Temperance card. This is about a certain level of overwhelm that you have shining through in your journey towards making your goals happen. So this kind of signifies, okay, take a step back, take some deep breaths, relax. You can make it happen, but you might be taking on too much. Let's see what else we have. Okay, so it looks pretty superficial. It doesn't seem as though there are any huge things wrong. It seems like there's a little, or not a little, but there's a certain level of self-obsession, or like, you know, being really wrapped up in your own story that is causing the overwhelm. And if you just kind of take a few steps back, stop zooming in so hard, and it'll clear up for you. And this is interesting because it looks like things are coming full circle for card number 2. It's kind of like there's just a lot that's purging, and you kind of need to have this experience with the overwhelm and being really, really zoomed in and focused on this one facet of your life in order to relieve yourself of all of those burdens. Okay, and card number 3, the Fool. Okay, so setting off on a new path. This kind of reiterates the big theme in June, which is setting off on the right path, on this new journey that you've started. So that's kind of a big deal because that reiterates the entire reading. Let's see what else is coming through. Page of Cups. Again, this is kind of against your nature. Maybe you're one of those people who has just gone on to do the same things, and so this is an emotional transformation where you're starting something completely new and doing something completely against your general character. And then we have the Seven of Wands. This is interesting because it looks like you're really motivated to make things happen. You're motivated for this change. You're really excited. So the Seven of Wands, this card for some reason is like that burst of energy that you need to get started. So now I'm going to pull a stone for each one of the cards. We'll see. So I'm going to do the spread number 1. Okay, Moonstone. So we have Divine Feminine coming through. That's the big thing. And it's that emotional transformation that shows up in both of these, but it's the Divine Feminine piece. So it's really getting in touch with that within yourself. And it looks like having like a yin approach to some of your emotional aspects is going to be really, really helpful. If you kind of validate your feelings, you validate your experience, regardless of whether or not you have a support person coming through. Okay, so this is Sodalite. So this is throat chakra, being able to communicate your needs. And so what this is telling me is that if you have this one, it's kind of like a lot of these problems can be solved by communicating, but you have to just trust that you're going to be heard in the right way and that your needs are going to be received so that you're able to carry forward in a positive direction, in a healthy way, and get what you need. That's the main thing with this. So make sure you're giving your throat extra TLC and you're taking care of yourself and you're really focusing on asserting your needs and setting boundaries when necessary. Okay, and for spread number 3, Opal. Okay, and these are those positive relationships, positive people coming through. And it's funny because I remember thinking to myself, this is the same card that I picked in the spread as the near future, and this looks kind of like a support person. And so Opal confirms that the Page of Cups is more than likely a support person if you picked this one. So if you picked a number 3, or if this resonates with you most, what I'm getting is that June is going to be a really, really, really big month for you. More so than if you picked one of these two. It looks like there's more internal work that needs to be done, and this is more external influences happening if you picked this little spread. Okay, did you need clarifiers on any one of these or anything like that? And then also, if you didn't hear in the beginning, I just wanted to let you know that I am starting a Facebook group for teaching people how to read tarot. So it's a free group. It is private though, so I'll post the link in the comments so that you're welcome to request to get in if you're interested in that. It's great for beginners if you've never done tarot before, if you're just interested. So let me know. And I hope you have a wonderful month, and I will see you next time. Bye.